Alright, we are live. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Can you guys just confirm if you're able to hear us and see us? Meanwhile, I'll introduce our guest today. We have the GIM students, which is Goa Institute of Management, and the best thing about the institute is that it is in Goa. And we are going to talk in detail with the GIM students about their life there. We are going to understand कि program कैसा है, and as an MBA aspirant or someone who is going to join an MBA program, you guys must be like कि B school के अंदर क्या होगा उसका पूरा detail चाहिए. So that's why these guys are here to help you all. I would invite Arjun, Bhavya, and Anshuman to talk about themselves a little, introduce themselves. Anshuman here is a second year student at GIM, and Bhavya and Arjun are first year students. So I'll also talk more with them about their journey, but firstly, I would request you guys to introduce yourself. We can start with the senior one here. So how about you? Go ahead, Anshuman.
Yeah, so my name is Anshuman Paul. I am a student of Goa Institute of Management from the PGDM core batch of 2022 to 2024. So I hail from the city of Joy. I'm currently a fresher. I have done my BTech in computer science engineering. And besides that, I love cricket, football, so having like few interests in various domains as well. So yeah, this is me.
Yeah, so my name is Arjun Nair. I'm from BDA batch of 23 to 25, and I hail from Pune, and my origins are in Kerala. I've done my BSc Computer Science in Fergusson College, and I'm also a fresher. And again, I also have various interests, and mostly like everything gets fulfilled here as well.
So hi everyone, my name is Bhavya Kerala and I am from PGDM core batch 2023 to 25. I am from Chandigarh and I'm also a fresher. I have done my computer science engineering from Punjab University, Chandigarh itself, and I'm glad to talk to you about GIM.
Perfect guys, thank you so much for introducing yourself. I would also like to clarify कि गोवा इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मैनेजमेंट के इन टोटल 5 मैनेजमेंट प्रोग्राम्स हैं, जिसमें से PGDM कोर, जिससे कि भव्या एज वेल एज अंशुमन है फर्स्ट ईयर एंड सेकेंड ईयर. बेसिकली ये इनका कोर फ्लैगशिप प्रोग्राम है, और उसके अलावा इनके 4 और स्पेशलाइजेशन बेस्ड प्रोग्राम्स हैं, जिसमें से अर्जुन पार्ट है बिग डेटा एनालिटिक्स का, करेक्ट. एंड उसके अलावा 3 और हैं, एक है हेल्थ केयर मैनेजमेंट, एक है बैंकिंग इंश्योरेंस एंड फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज, और एक है इंटरनेशनल डबल डिग्री इन एनालिटिक्स विच इज़ IDA. So we are going to talk about your programs as well, but first and foremost I would want to understand कि आपने जब भी एंट्रेंस एग्जाम्स दिए थे, आपने कौन सा एग्जाम दिया, कितना आपका परसेंटाइल था जिसके बेसिस पे आपका सिलेक्शन हुआ, एंड मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंटली आपके पास कौन सी कॉल्स थी, एंड व्हाई डिड यू चूज GIM ओवर द अदर इंस्टीट्यूट्स. सो वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट विद अंशुमन. कैन यू लेट अस नो हाउ योर जर्नी हैज बिन?
Yeah, so what happened actually, I was planning to give CAT in 2022. This was my main focus. I was not going to join any college last year. I was thinking of taking a drop. But then, okay, 1 month before CAT, I started preparing, gone through my basics. And being a computer engineer, you tend to, your apti is almost okay itself. You need to work more on your VARC part. So I started reading current affairs and all the stuff about different essays, economic times, which is very important for any aspirant to know about what is going on in the world. And slowly you start grasping, you start comprehending stuff. So 1 month I prepared and I got a percentile of around 92.4 percentile in CAT 2021. Yeah. So it was well above the cutoff. I got few calls as well. I got an interview call from the IIM cap colleges as well. Even I got a call from IMI Delhi as well. So I had already my domains, my interest lied mostly in finance. But I wanted to keep my as well. So while choosing a program, I thought that while choosing GIM, that where will it stand after 2 years? Because my main thing, the degree will matter of the year I am graduated from the college, rather than where it is where I'm joining. So by the time the growth was pretty steady, and I feel that I took the right decision by joining the core program of Vice Chair Management.
What about you, Arjun?
So even my degree ended at like 2022, and then I thought I'll take a break, and then I did an internship for around 6 months. And I thought like by side internship, I thought I should prepare for CAT. Like there's no like future in just doing an internship. So like I did CAT side by side, and I joined coaching classes, all that. And I got a percentile of around 88 in CAT, and I gave that, and in that I got 95. So I got a call from I think XLRI, but again it was an interview, so I didn't clear that. But I had many calls from like Tap Me, I am IMT Ghaziabad, but the call from GIM was the specialized one. So considering all the options and my degree in BSc Computer Science, I took an informed decision कि like अगर degree मैंने coding में किया है and the future of this is like big data analytics, so the it made sense to me and it still does.
Got it. Just a clarifying question here. You said कि ZAT में 95 था. So was your admission ZAT based or how much did you score in CAT?
88.
So it was ZAT based primarily.
Yeah, it was ZAT based primarily.
Okay, got it. Yes, moving on to you, Bhavya. And then I have a follow-up question for you guys as well.
Right. So I gave my CAT in 2022, and just I think with 3 to 4 months of preparation, I was able to score 90 percentile in CAT, and then in that I scored 96%. I think after CAT, that 1 month you get for that is like an upgrade for most of us. So my main reason for joining GIM was the first call I got before MICA as well as XLRI. I gave XLRI interview as well, but couldn't clear it with the GK section. Although MICA I got a call from, but I thought of maybe marketing as a niche I wouldn't want for 2 years particularly. Here also I have a specialization of marketing itself, but still I wanted to have a little holistic development towards different other areas as well. And that is why I chose GIM, because GIM really coming to me. As Anshuman said, you could see yourself 2 years beyond. You could see how GIM is like continuously growing. And with that, I chose GIM, and I really am glad that I did.
Thank you so much guys for this introduction, because इससे context set हो जाता है. And while you guys were mentioning your CAT and ZAT percentiles, मुझे एक बार के लिए ये लगा कि I should also ask you, because you might be aware कि आसपास batchmates के कितने marks थे. So could you
Yeah.
guys give me some rough estimate, and separately for PGDM first year, second year, and then BDA के अंदर भी we have a lot of diversity in this call. So can you guys tell me कि आपके batchmates के almost average कितना percentile रहा है in these exams, if you guys are aware? Like cut-offs जिसको हम बोल देते हैं, what would those numbers be like?
So I'm taking up this question.
Yeah.
So for like I'm going step by step. For CAT, the cutoff is 87 percentile. 87. Now it comes कि ये normal regular round के लिए है, या you have a achievers round as well, which you are quite aware of. So for achievers round is 5 or 10% lower, nothing as such, but there your profile matters a lot. For the regular round for CAT is 87. For GMAT is 600. For GMAT is 600. And similarly for ZAT, you have a certain percentile, which is around 90, I feel, EDA regarding that. And something else. So you have to like clear the cutoff at least to get a call and be considered. And otherwise, suppose if your CAT marks, or suppose your marks are comparatively below the cutoff, so your profile comes into play. Mostly the cutoff lies mainly in the code branch, rest all are mostly profile based.
Got it.
Mostly.
Do you guys have
Well,
anything to add, Bhavya, Arjun?
I think it would be easier to get through like a CAT or ZAT if you have a very good profile. Like your profile would matter more, and then you don't have to worry that much about your CAT or ZAT score.
So if I talk about if I add in this, I scored 90 in CAT and 96 in ZAT, but I came through CAT because I also applied for Achievers round. So I am from Achievers round, and there we take like the considerations are mostly your profile based as well. So if you have achieved something throughout your academic career, it is really appreciated, as well as your co-curricular activities. So in core batch we have achievers round, and the rest of the programs we take elite category.
Got it. And it is amazing that you're from Achievers Round because coincidentally, and this is an information for all of you, कि गोवा इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मैनेजमेंट का अचीवर्स राउंड का जो डेडलाइन है वो कल है, 5th of December है while we are recording this. So भव्या, I would particularly like you to tell these guys जो भी बहुत सारे MBA के स्टूडेंट्स हैं, एस्पायरिंग स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो नेक्स्ट ईयर ज्वाइन करेंगे, दे एट दिस पॉइंट मे नॉट हैव एनी क्लैरिटी कि अचीवर्स राउंड क्या है, उसे कैसे क्लियर करना है. दे माइट ऑल्सो बी विलिंग टू अंडरस्टैंड वेदर इट मेक सेंस टू अप्लाई राइट नाउ और अप्लाई आफ्टर द कैट एग्जाम, यानी कि बाकी के सब्सिक्वेंट राउंड्स का एप्लीकेशन कंसिडर करना चाहिए या अभी ही अप्लाई करना चाहिए. सो कैन यू वॉक देम थ्रू कि किस केस में उन्हें अचीवर्स राउंड के लिए डेफिनेटली अप्लाई करना चाहिए?
Sure. So, see, for Achievers Round, it's basically, since I have been hearing people, they might be a little disappointed with their CAT result, or they might not be as well sure. But at least they know that this might be their cutoff, or this might be what they are scoring. And maybe 5 to 10% below that, they can consider they would go through the Achievers Round. So while applying, they just have to make sure that in their profile, they have maybe their sports activities. We take achievers and achievement round for very diverse fields. So it's not just that you are academically well, you can have good scores in your bachelor's degree, you could have written some journals, you could have published papers, you could be a national sports player, you could be a state dancer or a musician, you could be anything, and whichever counts in your achievements, which you have proof of, you can present it to GIM and they can consider you in the achievements round profile. So it's not very competitive. A lot of time people feel, oh, what if there is somebody who is an international player and I just have I'm just a state level like dance player or something like this. So it's not very comparative between two students. It's very individual based. It is profile based and they will take your interviews prior. And the best thing about Achievers Round is when you are giving the interview, there's a very high possibility that on the same day, just right after your interview, you are given a provisional offer to be in GIM. And as far as my experience go, I was given an offer letter during my interview itself. So that really helped me in envisioning GIM, that yes, I am already in GIM. So I was a little relaxed in January itself. And I would really request people to apply to Achievers Round, because if by any chance you are not able to clear for the Achiever Round interview, you will automatically be eligible for the normal rounds as well. So it's always better that you give in the trust and try to your achievements which you have done after your +1, +2 and your bachelor's degree.
Got it. This explains a lot. And for anyone who wants to apply, I have put in GIM ka application link in the pinned comment. It is also there in the description. And after this live session, it will also be added to the pinned comment. Bhavya, a lot of students are willing to understand what your achievements were like. If you feel comfortable sharing what according to you may have helped you clear the Achievers Round and get that provisional offer on the spot.
Sure. See, the first thing would be your achievements, of course. For me, I am a national as well as state player of both baseball as well as softball. And I have participated in various national as well as international exhibitions and art competitions. So throughout my academic career, these were the main which I focused on my achievements. And basically, in interview as well, see, as I told, there will be very diverse set of achievements of different people. So there's no competition between them. The idea is for you to trust your achievements, how you are able to present them to the panel, how you're confident, and your ability to represent yourself as a very inquisitive person. That yes, you might have achievements in diverse fields. Are you focused or not? Or what do you plan for future? How are you maintaining? How are you managing your time and everything? So they just check your confidence level. They check your agility, your ability to, that kind of enthusiasm you should have. And of course, your CV, it's not like if I am somebody who is in sports, I would really sideline my academic for that. So they also check how well you are, well versed you are with your bachelor's as well. So you need to know the basics and they check you. It's like a normal interview. It's easier if you really are confident and you trust yourself.
Thank you so much, Bhavya. And Anshuman and Arjun, would you like to add something here? Maybe if you have some examples from your own batch of somebody who cleared it via the Achievers round.
So, coming to this, achievements are like Bhavya mentioned, they are not comparative. Every field is difficult in itself. And if you are proud of your field and if what you have done, what the achievements you have, if they are special to you and if you can explain them, communicate well them to the panel, you are in for good numbers and good results as well. Because the only thing which matters in your achievements is your confidence and how you stand by it. If you are achieving and then you feel low that Acha, I have achieved only this, that percentage, you should always be proud of your own achievement because you are the one who have achieved it. So in the long run, be proud of that. And GIM always, since it's management, obviously there should be a manageable thing between everything is checked properly. So it's profile based. Every single line of the profile will be checked.
Correct.
So that is.
Also, anything can be considered as an achievement for you. Like if you feel confident enough to sell your achievement, like I have a few friends who are professors, doctors, CAs as well. They feel confident that they are good enough in their achievement, so they sell themselves and they get through achievement round as well. Some do, some don't, but that's like you have to have the ability to sell your achievement. That's the important part.
So you guys are saying that you should be able to sell your achievements. So my question comes, how do you really sell it? When you fill up the application form of Achievers Round, do they ask you to upload your CV? Do they ask you to answer some questions? How can you sell your achievements?
So the main idea is that you should have proof of all the achievements you are presenting to, so that, and you should be very thorough with your achievements. It is not like they ask you a question about one of your achievements and you're not able to really justify that why do you believe it is an achievement. So most important is you should be very proud of what you have done in any co-curricular activity or as well as your academic wise. And since Arjun also mentioned that by selling we mean that if a person feels that they have done a degree or any course which is very different or which will make them stand out, they should be able to present them in a way that the panel also gets very like they appreciate it. And it's mostly how interesting you present it. For example, when my interview was going on, I also said something about public speaking because I was associated with some student politics in my previous bachelor's degree. And they also appreciated that because that kind of adds in the value of my public speaking and communication skills. So it's like, it might not be your biggest achievement, but it adds on value to your profile and they see a potential in you to become a better leader, to have a good communication skill.
Perfect. Makes sense. So here is another question for you guys, and I'm seeing a lot of these responses in comments because people are saying that they would want to apply via other exams like CMAT, via ZAT, and these exams are like yet to take place. So should they still fill up the Achievers Round के लिए basically should they be filling up the form right now? Should they wait for their CAT results? What would you ideally suggest? And this is something coming from a person who thinks कि मेरी profile में ऐसा कुछ achievement type नहीं है. So then should I even fill up the form right now? What would your suggestion be to them?
So there's a simple thing, as Bhavya mentioned, that if you're not clearing the Achievers Round, also you're eligible for the normal round, right? So it's just an added benefit. You can add. You would never know that what will fall in place and how the things will align and stuff. Every situation, everything matters. So my only advice will be to fill the form because it's just an added advantage. Even if you don't get through the achievers, it's okay. You'll get through the regular rounds. You will have an equal opportunity. So if you have GIM in your mind and filling the achievers or the regular rounds, filling the regular round, you're missing on the achievers. But filling the achievers, you're covering both your ends. So I think there is not a problem in that.
And there's no negative, I mean, if you're not able to clear the Achievers Round in the sense that you don't get through the Achievers Round, it's not considered as a negative ना कि next round में कोई problem होएगा.
The second interview also will be completely unbiased and maybe different people. They don't even know you. So
Perfect.
That doesn't matter.
तो you guys said कि अभी अगर आपके दिमाग में GIM है as an option, then you should fill up the form right now. So now we are going to discuss about various things जिससे कोई decide कर पाए कि GIM मेरे दिमाग में इस समय होना चाहिए या नहीं. So this is particularly students जो next year 2024-26 का batch join करेंगे, right? So उनके लिए I have so many questions to ask you guys. So just be very transparent, authentic with your own journey and answer these. So if somebody is joining GIM, and here I'm particularly targeting the PGDM core batch first, separately I'm asking you guys, what is an average package that they can ideally expect? And being very honest here, I have myself come from IIM Ahmedabad, so I know कि on campus जो reality होती है वो काफ़ी different होती है than what people outside might be hearing from others on Quora, on Pagal Guy, on different platforms, right? So that's why this session is being conducted, so that somebody who's inside the campus can share what goes around. So please like help them understand कि क्या एक realistic expectation होगा, एंड इफ़ दे आर कमिंग एंड दे आर एक्सपेक्टिंग कि मुझे इतना एवरेज पैकेज मिल जाएगा या इतना हाईएस्ट पैकेज आपके बैच पे रहा है, वॉट एडिशनल दे शुड बी डूइंग राइट नाउ टू इंश्योर कि वो उतना पैकेज सिक्योर कर पाएँ, या इवन कैंपस पे उनको क्या करना पड़ेगा ऐसा टू अचीव दैट पैकेज. लेट्स स्टार्ट विद अंशुमन, यू, बिकॉज यू आर इन द सेकेंड ईयर ऑलरेडी.
Yeah. So I'll just complete to the part that what they should do to get the average package they want. So the thing is that every company has a certain requirement. Every company has a certain requirement and a certain role to fulfill. They'll see that whether your core competencies are aligning with them, whether your interests are aligning with them, and then they'll take a decision on the same. So the thing is, suppose now I'm just answering for two parts, for a fresher and for a work-ex. For a work-ex, most of the times they might tend to switch their career, or they want to get to a higher position using this degree as a major thing. So for getting, they already have a clear clarity about what they want to do. So they will particularly apply for those companies as well and get for those roles. And they also know that what are the requirements for those roles as well. So your resume should be aligned in that way. For example, if my role is product governance and I'm getting the best HR for product governance, that might not work, right? Even though the HR person is best in his field, that person is not, he is not under, he can qualify and become something if he wants. But the thing is, the things should align. So that is one thing to get, and the thing is, it's completely up to you. The best placement opportunities you will get, but ultimately to grab it, it's upon you. The company should like you and your communication skills. That is main important. Communication is the most important. Even if you've done 1,000 things and you cannot communicate them to the panelists properly, then there's no point.
Correct.
So this is the main thing if they want to end up to their average package. And coming to the thing, all the things are available on the website, but in transparency too, there is hardly any difference. And most of the packages that we see average is the average package only. And the thing is, the ultimately average package देख के I'll get an idea कि अच्छा मेरे को इतना मिल सकता है. That's the case. Everybody thinks so. एक average वो होता है. But one thing is ultimately is upon you that you'll end up what type of a job. You can get below the average also, you can get above the average also. But you have to consider that your CV is aligned to whatever role you are trying to apply.
I also have the numbers with me of the PGDM core batch जो हमने dedicated video में share किए थे basis the brochure that's there. So I'm going to take those numbers and just help me understand if they are reflective of what you've been seeing in your batch. So I think the highest in PGDM core batch जो भी last available data है, that's 55 lakhs is the highest that's been reported, and 15 lakhs is the average. So let's say somebody ends up joining GIM, can they expect 15 lakh per annum का package? And of course this is average, we are not talking about highest or more. Obviously if it's average, इससे ज़्यादा भी होगा, इससे कम भी होगा, but can they realistically expect this much in the PGDM core batch?
Yeah, they can easily expect 15. They can expect even more, even better, even further. You can get a lot of opportunities, and what are reflective is there is transparency in that.
Okay.
So we have seen in our batch also, most of my friends also have landed up above the average. So it's not a big issue.
Got
it's upon you that how you perform in that.
Arjun, how about the reality of BDA ka course, like PGDM BDA?
So like I think for last year it was 40 and 40 was the highest,
Yeah,
and I think it was around 17 as the average.
Correct.
Yeah, so like it's easily like once you get into the process, once you get into the daily grind of MBA, and if you go through the whole motions and you give your best, you can easily expect an above average package. The average just averages out, as the name suggests. It takes everyone's and averages out to a mean number. So if you work hard, if you give your best shot, you can easily get above average. And as Anshuman rightly said, it depends on how your CV is portrayed. So even in BDA, we have a lot of electives, right? So even we have a lot of options to customize a CV according to the fields we want. So again, if a CV reflects what we are studying, the companies will come and if they like you, they will give an app package which is much above your expectation.
Got it. I have another question here, which a lot of people are asking in the comment section, and I want you guys to answer basis your own experience of studying at GIM, which is regarding the return on investment. So, as far as I remember, and please correct me if I'm wrong, the fee of studying at GIM for 2 years is around 18 lakhs, right? Now, roughly. So, just help me understand whether you believe that the return on your investment is worth it. Because a lot of people are considering कि अगर 15 lakhs या 17 lakhs का average package है, so then spending 18 lakhs, is it worth it for a PGDM program at GIM? Now, I would also like everyone who's watching to be mindful of two things here, because जब भी हम ROI calculate करते हैं, हम ये भूल जाते हैं कि फ़ी 2 साल की होती है जबकि पैकेज 1 साल का होता है. So when you're considering the ROI, you ideally should be thinking that your average package is firstly an average, then of 1 year, and then it's going to grow over years. It's just the starting package. So having said that context, I would start with Bhavya. What do you think has been your experience with respect to the ROI of the program?
I think with respect to that, we are paying around 18 lakhs or something for 2 years. It's pretty much like you also explained that we usually just think of that it's 2 years and we are getting almost equal to what we have paid to study, but it's not like that, and it's just the start. If you're getting 18 lakhs, if you're getting 19 lakhs or even 15 lakhs, you will very easily turn it into whatever you have invested. And I always consider that money you are investing in your studies is it shouldn't be like very big unique concern, since if you are able to do that, it's a big investment, it's for lifetime, and it will actually help you enhance for your whole future. It is not like I am spending 18 lakhs right now and I don't know how much I'll be getting in future. You will definitely be getting so much higher because you are doing an MBA degree, and 18 lakhs for this, that will be totally worth it. And GIM, as per whatever programs it offers, whatever opportunities it offers, and the kind of place it is where the learning really never stops. So I think it's totally worth it, and it is your investment to all your future, your career goals, the big companies you will be working in, and you will be learning a lot throughout the process. And that learning cannot be I cannot give a monetary value to that learning you will be doing. So 18 lakhs would be actually totally worth it, according to me.
What is your take, Arjun?
So yeah, as Bhavya pointed out, the opportunities that GIM gives us is like infinitely more worth than the money that you're spending. Like, if 18 lakhs I'm paying right now, the amount of work that I put in GIM, the opportunities that GIM gives us, the curriculum, the pedagogy, everything culminates into the 18 lakhs, and it is like worth more, and you get a company which is might be you get 17 lakhs or 16 lakhs, but that's again, as you said, it's just for the first year. If you put in the work at the company also, again, you'll get 18 lakhs the next year, 20 lakhs. It all depends on you. So how you grasp the opportunities is the key here.
Got it. Anshuman, anything to add here?
Nah, all the things were rightly pointed out by Bhavya and Arjun. So I think ultimately it's amount. You have a lot of facilities. You have a Bloomberg lab as well. You have a lot of things in GI. So just looking at the thing ki I am paying 80 lakhs and getting 15. Even if you invest 18 and gain 30, and if you don't work hard, you'll end up 30 for the next 10 years of your life. So that doesn't matter. You should have determination and dedication if you want to grow in your life. And the rest of the things were rightly pointed out. Right?
Got it. I think some people in the comment section have a lot to say about the program. So I would want you guys to clarify these things. They are talking about the campus and saying कि अगर आप GIM सिर्फ गोवा के लिए join करना चाहते हो, then you ideally shouldn't be doing that. So I want to get into the whole Goa space a little, because there's a lot of hype about a management institute in Goa. So I have a lot of questions about life at GIM in this respect. So first and foremost, I know that you guys are located in North Goa. But how far are the beaches and how often are you able to go there, visit the beaches, chill out, and do the things that management students generally don't get to do at these schools? Who is going to
I,
break their hearts first?
I think a person who has lived here for more than 2 years, our senior can tell
Go
us.
ahead, Anshuman. You're the one who's going to spill the beans.
Okay, so coming to that, obviously that was सबका excitement beginning में कि okay we are going to Goa, we'll have a life in Goa. But let's bring everyone down to reality. You are coming to do a professional MBA course, and it's a residential course. Now listen, even the Goans stayed in the hostels during during the course. Why? Because the classes are tightly packed, and obviously, as management, time management is the first thing which comes when you do the word when you hear the word MBA. So if you can manage the time, sometimes you can enjoy the work. It's not like that. Ki every day we are doing day and night, day and night. That's not the thing. But if you're thinking that the college is situated on a lovely beach, I'll go every evening, I'll have my time out there, then it's highly mistaken. We are not living in a proper reality, practical world. So you will have your ups and downs, you'll have a lots of work you have to manage, and meanwhile after your exams as well, if you get some time, you can go around with your friends as well, visit the different places. But your primary focus, academics are pretty much challenging and will suck a lot of exhaustion out of it and will really exhausted in the long run. So you have to manage stuff really well.
So your senior has already set the bar. Who is going to raise the bar of breaking their hearts? Go ahead, Bhavya, and tell them the reality of GIM.
As we are, Anshuman pointed out, we are doing MBA and it takes a lot of effort from our side, a lot of time from our side. There are so many case studies, there are projects, there are assignments. We have to be together till midnight to complete a lot of our tasks as well. So, and that's everywhere. It calls for a lot of exertion, yes, but if you really complete your task on time, it totally depends on you now. So if you're able to manage your time well, you can maybe on weekends, once or twice in a month, you might go somewhere near. I think the beaches would be around 1 hour away from here. So uh, probably we can go to there on our weekends or something. But then again, it's like sometimes you're out and then you're carrying your laptop with yourself because you have a lot of work and studies to complete. So it's not totally that we are not able to enjoy Goa at all, but then again, you have to manage your time. You have to make sure what you prioritize and what are you here for. So, but otherwise, it's fine. It's not very non-feasible, but yes, it will take a little effort from you as well to if you want to balance that enjoyable time as well as your academics. Otherwise, GIM is very beautiful resort feeling residential campus. You have everything here, so I think you will be good to go.
You will see mountains after coming to the campus, and you will see,
Yeah.
wow, I'm in Goa.
Yeah, it's a
Arjun,
very beautiful place.
I'm going to save you from this question unless you have something very critical to share. Let us know.
No, I want to be saved. No, this question is a tough one.
Perfect है. So Hardik, who's my favorite subscriber of the channel, is saying अब नहीं जाना मुझे GIM में. So a lot of people are like कि गोवा के लिए ही आना था और ये सब सीनियर्स ने so जिन्होंने भी ये पूरा का पूरा मीट अरेंज किया है GIM की एडमिशन्स टीम ने, ये देख लो आपके कौन से 3 बच्चे हैं जिन्होंने इनका गोवा का मिथ बर्स्ट किया है. But yes, like getting serious and back on track. Now we are going to play a rapid fire. So chat box में all you guys, if you have any questions about GIM that you would want me to ask, so what we are going to do is we are going to play a rapid fire round. जो भी questions आएंगे I'm going to ask them and whoever picks up the question, यानी कि जो भी सबसे पहले बोलेगा, and you all have to say, ऐसा नहीं कि wait करते जा रहे हो. So you have to pick up the answer, the question and answer it within a minute. ठीक है? So we'll pick these questions up. Okay, let's start. So, is there any international immersion program at GIM? Go.
Yes, there is an international immersion program in GIM. I think there are 2, in fact. One is where there's a 2-month course somewhere in Portugal, I think, and another is an 8-day course where you get to interact with the people in, I think, Greece. and you get to do a live case study based session with them. And I think those are the two that I can recall of.
Basically, we have tie up with a few colleges
Yeah.
from foreign universities, and they're depending upon what type of thing you want to do, what are the projects you want to work, you can go there and easily explore.
Perfect. Okay, next question. Which vertical in management is GIM known for? So basically they're asking that if somebody is going to join GIM, which specialization is it famous for or known for?
We talk about
Coming to that, you have mentioned core is a flagship, but
Yeah.
but it's about what their alignment is. Suppose a person from a biotech or a healthcare, a pharma background won't come end up joining in core. Matlab, if they, and it is not like that ki somebody cannot apply for core if they want to change their stream as well. But it also depends upon where your like goals align, what you want to do actually. So that is the idea behind that.
Got it. What is the weightage of academics in selection? So if I have to ask you guys कि 10 में से rate करो कि इतना weightage होएगा, what would that number be like? Obviously an estimate.
6 or 7. 7, I think.
थोड़ा
6.
5, 6.
6, 5, 6.
Academics, because your other things will also come into play, na? Academic times.
So it's mostly profile based and everything like combined.
For
test
achievers,
score.
yeah, everything. Yeah.
Achievers skills.
Okay. Someone who's from Goa, can they go back to their homes or they have to live in the hostels? So cover a little bit about hostels. You guys have hostels on campus. Is it mandatory for everyone to stay there itself?
It's not like that. It's a residential campus, which means that you have to pay the hostel fees. For any Goans, what they do, you usually, because the assignments are also, you have deadlines, you have to fill them. Because the first thing GI makes you a corporator, it makes you punctual. So next, you have to like stay with us. So sometimes when they get free time, suppose tomorrow I have a little less load, so they can go around and go to their homes and sleep. That's not an issue. But residential program means you have commitments too. So they go home after fulfilling their prior commitments. So that is also should be kept in mind.
ठीक है. श्रेया का क्वेश्चन है that please talk a little bit about HCM and its package. So Shreya, we have made a dedicated video जिसमें सभी specializations का या specialized programs का detail है. But do you guys have any friends from HCM? Are you guys aware कि कैसा program है in general?
HCM, I think it's mostly, healthcare management means we are in that particular sector only. So it's very specific to that. So most us here are who have a medical background per se. A lot of them are doctors as well in different fields. A lot of them are dentists. A lot of them have done their BSc, MSc, and then they have shifted into an MBA program there because they would want to be a little on a managerial side in that healthcare aspect as well. And I think for them the program runs it's very well structured outline they have for the curriculum, and I think the more detail particularly them, they would be able to
Correct.
They would be able to tell it better than us.
Got it. And guys, like I've also made that dedicated video. I'll put it in the pinned comment after the live session. आप description में भी check कर लेना, उसमें सारे programs की detail भी given है. And in fact, they've even shared a helpline in case you guys want to reach out and check with them. Another question that I have here is कि generally जैसे CAT exam का result आ जाएगा maybe last week of December, first week of Jan. So according to you, जो भी लोग अचीवर्स राउंड में अप्लाई कर रहे हैं उनके लिए कैट एग्ज़ाम मेजर होगा क्योंकि अब वो कल डेडलाइन है तो यही ख़त्म हो जाएगा बेसिस देयर अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि उनका कितना परसेंटाइल आने वाला है. एंड जो भी लास्ट डेट रहती है वो जनरली कैट के रिजल्ट के बाद होती है, बहुत ही लाइक क्लोज होती है. सो माई क्वेश्चन टू यू इज़ कि उनको जो सेकंड राउंड में अप्लाई कर रहे होंगे या फिर कि जो अचीवर्स राउंड में सिलेक्ट नहीं होंगे और सेकंड राउंड में के लिए अप्लाई करेंगे, व्हाट आर सम टिप्स दैट यू वुड लाइक टू गिव टू देम बिकॉज एट दैट टाइम दिल हैव मेनी कॉलेजेस इन देयर बास्केट. सो व्हेन दे आर कंसिडरिंग GIM, व्हाट आर द एस्पेक्ट्स दैट यू वुड सजेस्ट देम कि इस रीज़न की वजह से आप GIM सिलेक्ट करना या इन रीजन्स की वजह से मत सिलेक्ट करना. सो हेल्प मी अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट अ सूटेबल कैंडिडेट एट GIM लुक्स लाइक. Which is a tricky question since you might have an answer to किसको अप्लाई करना है बट किसको नहीं करना वो थोड़ा ट्रिकी है. बट लाइक थिंक अबाउट इट बेसिस योर ओन जर्नी. आपको क्या लगता है कि अगर किसी की सो एंड सो एक्सपेक्टेशंस होएगी तो ज़रूर आना, लेकिन सो एंड सो है तो मत आना. The senior first, of course. Go ahead, Anshuman.
Thank you, Anshuman.
Yeah, so I'm always the first. So coming to that, suppose obviously the campus is one of the major factors I had joined, because obviously to study, also to study a rigorous schedule and maintain it, you need a positive environment around you as well. You need to be happy, you need to be positive, so that you can face all the deadlines, all the challenges with a smile, right? So infrastructure as well as campus was one of the major things for me. Secondly, GIM has been doing consistently well, as I have mentioned earlier in my, as we have mentioned that why I had joined GIM. Thirdly, the faculties here are very good. They are very approachable. It's not like their timing is over, the class timings are over, and you cannot even reach out to them. They're available on communication. Whenever you have a doubt, you can reach out to them and they'll always be available. They're very approachable. They don't have that hierarchy that I'm a faculty, so you only interact with me during proper hours and all. This is not that. That is very flexible there. Secondly, what I felt after coming to GIM, that your seniors are also very helpful, along with, for example, my seniors. Instantly, earlier, and I'm a fresher. Earlier, I was like, I didn't know what to expect. But talking to them, and GIM is famous for its diversity. Yeah? You have people from all over India. So what happens in those cases? You have different mindsets of people. Like people here think this way. So you tend to set how people think, because every time you might not be the correct one or giving the correct opinion. So that is one. You start listening, which is very important, and then you start to figure a way out that अच्छा मुझे ये करना है.
Got it.
So as a fresher, that what the earlier factors which I mentioned, and after coming here, these were the factors which really impressed me and retained me in GIM and helped me not choosing any other college.
And any inputs on who shouldn't be joining GIM?
No comments on that. And according to me, I had no bad experience with GIM. So if I would be saying something, I would be making stuff up. So
Makes sense. Go ahead, Bhavya.
I totally agree with Anshuman, because there's no reason why not to join GIM, but you would find a lot reasons to join, because as Anshuman mentioned, and I also agree that actually residential campus in itself is a major part where you grow, especially in a course like MBA. So you need to be surrounded by like-minded people 24/7 in order to grow and in order to take it all in, manage your time, manage all your courses. And this is a very beautiful campus. It's very hygienic. It's very clean. It's one of its kind, and you would love here. It feels very welcomed here. About the courses as well, you learn a lot. As we said, there are any number of opportunities here. There are so many live project opportunities. There are so many projects. There are so many case studies, competitions happening every day here. And 24/7, you are surrounded with people who are working towards their future. You yourself are motivated to work towards the future. And the faculty is very approachable. The seniors are very approachable. You have your faculty mentors assigned to you. You have seniors as your buddies and mentors assigned to you. So you eventually do not face any problem throughout the course. So you have any issue, you have a lot of people, and irrespective of the hierarchy, as Anshuman said, you can approach to any person, from your colleague to your senior to your faculty.
Go ahead, Arjun. I'm not going to save you from this question.
Yeah. So another thing that I would add is like the networking, that opportunities that you get from GIM is like a lot. We have a great alumni network, and as well as the seniors as well. So when you talk to them, it's like a very collaborative environment in GIM. The hostels are open. Everyone is like ready to grow here. So like you can see walking around in hostels, people studying, people having fun. So it's a very dynamic environment, and you get to see a lot of perspectives coming in from people. Everyone is from different backgrounds, so you learn how to adjust to different situations. And as a manager, it's a very important skill to have to adjust to different situations and how to come out on top. So yeah, like a good skill to learn in GIM would be to that. And yeah, like I'm all over GM, so nothing bad to say. Ki why not to join GM? One thing would be ki, like if your goals don't align with being a manager, maybe that could be it. But
And so they shouldn't be doing MBA at all, like
MBA
let
in
alone
general,
GIM.
yeah.
So if you are doing MBA, you should definitely consider GIM. And
Exactly.
an ideal candidate would be actually someone who is just ready to grow and learn.
Got it. Makes sense. Are you guys aware of CMAT basis your batches or even this year का कुछ भी update? So dedicated video में, because I can see a lot of people asking about CMAT, so I'm taking this question up. Dedicated video जब हमने बनाया था उस समय the update was that अभी तक CMAT वाले rounds की dates announce नहीं हुई हैं. There's no update as well, but they have asked to keep checking the website ताकि आपको ये पता लग पाए कि पहले तो कौन से CMAT एग्ज़ाम का स्कोर कंसिडर होएगा, देन उसके राउंड्स के क्या अपडेट्स हैं. एंड what I can probably do is I can bounce off this question back to the admissions team and I can update the pinned comment with the understanding कि CMAT का क्या सीन है. Meanwhile, if you guys have any idea about this year or previous years कि CMAT का क्या सीन रहता है, because generally the exam is very volatile, पता नहीं कब कंडक्ट होता है, काफ़ी बार डिले हो जाता है. So are you guys aware कि last year का क्या सीन था?
Last
so
year, okay.
Acha, Bhavya, you can take up the question.
No, last year, Anshuman might be more clear about it, but for this year, as per the admissions team, the latest update would be that we are not very sure of accommodating CMAT scores as of now. So yes, there is no update regarding that, but GIM definitely accepts CAT, ZAT, as well as GMAT. So CMAT, yes, it will be updated shortly, but as of now, there is no update regarding the same.
Got
So
it.
for last year, I think Anshuman could. Till last year, we did take CMAT.
So last year the scene was कि after the CMAT exam you were given a window where you have to fill your CMAT scores. So after that it was based on the profile and the normal regular process will start. Although they'll get their calls a bit late, but that's okay. You will be considered for the normal round and you will get selected. You will not be in the ऐसा नहीं कि CMAT वालों directly they enter the waiting list. That's not something. They will be considered. They will be given direct offers for the college and then. So if this year, as Bhavya mentioned, that the college is not considering CMAT, but if they do, mostly it will be in a similar way.
So
What
in
happened
that
now?
case they'll be applying in a separate round या फिर कि अगर उन्होंने पहले अप्लाई किया हुआ है they'll only be updating their score.
So they are well aware कि उनको क्या exams अभी देने हैं क्या नहीं. So it's always best that you always mention all the exams you are appearing at least. कि अगर इसमें नहीं हुआ तो you can get an opportunity कि I have this as backup. You will never know that which exam. Suppose I have gave my full into CAT, but my ZAT turns out very good. So that's also luck also comes into play whatever you prepared for as well.
So when you apply, do you have to select कि मैं ये exams दूंगा
Yeah.
या दूंगी and then you okay.
In the form only you have an option.
And
of
whenever
selecting
you
it.
get those marks, you just simply update your form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The dashboard opens for that only. You get a
Okay.
notification.
So in a way, your application stays in the system till the entire process gets completed.
Yeah.
You might be getting a call in any of the rounds basis आपका जो भी update हुआ score है, चाहे फिर वो ZAT का है, CMAT का है, जो भी आप add करते रहोगे, right? Okay.
You might get a call for any of these. Like,
Got it. So I hope CMAT वाला question clarify हो गया हो, but even then if you have any question just add it to the chat box. I will also ask their admissions team properly and then update in the pinned comment. So we will continue our rapid fire. Guys, if you have more questions then keep asking. There is a question, how can a fresher get an above average package at GIM? I think many of you are freshers, so you can answer this question.
GIM is like it's a good diverse opportunity here, and a lot of us are freshers. A lot of us have work experience from 2 years to even 6-7 years at times. See, again, there is no difference between how you have come here and how much experience do you have. It's about using that to your best. If you are a fresher, that also can be an advantage to you. If you play that card well, you are very open to learning, you are able to grow well. And if you are an experienced person, then also you have the same opportunities coming to your way. It's just that, yes, you might be able to add something to your CV, but then it is again on you. How do you represent that as a strength of yours? But the opportunities here for both of them, irrespective what background are you from. There are so many engineers, there are so many people who have done BSc, there are so many people who have done BA in psychology and then are here doing MBA. So there is no such very restrictions on what is your background, how much work ex you have you done any internships or not. So it's how you, from day one here, you are working on yourself. That will actually get you to any SIP, any placement offer, or any average or above average package. A fresher can also have the highest package, so there's no pros and cons of having a work ex or not.
Got it. A couple of questions that I think you guys have already answered, but let me just still repeat them. And in case I'm saying anything wrong, just help me or correct me, right? So a lot of people are asking कि GDPI round होता है या नहीं GIM में. I think personal interviews take place, but group discussions नहीं होते हैं.
No.
ओके दे आर आस्किंग कि क्या अचीवर्स राउंड और नॉर्मल राउंड के लिए सेपरेटली अप्लाई करना पड़ता है. वेल अगर आप अचीवर्स के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हो तो आप बाय डिफ़ॉल्ट नॉर्मल राउंड के लिए भी अप्लाई
Yeah.
कर रहे हो, आपको अलग से अप्लाई नहीं करना होता है. लेकिन अगर आप नॉर्मल के लिए कर रहे हो तो ऑब्वियसली अचीवर्स राउंड के लिए आप एलिजिबल नहीं हो, या वो तो निकल ही चुका होगा, सो उसका कोई पॉइंट नहीं है. अनदर क्वेश्चन इज़ दैट यहाँ पर PPOs मिलते हैं या नहीं. आई थिंक PPOs तो हर MBA कॉलेज में मिलते ही हैं. यू गाइज गेट pre-placement offers, right? Basis your summer internship performances.
We do.
Got it. Anshuman, has your like final placement concluded already or not yet?
While placements are going on, it's already like it goes on and on.
And what's been the trend? Like you guys have 100% placement?
Yeah, mostly we have all the persons placed by the end of
Okay.
the placement cycle.
Got it. What is the mode of GDPI process? Which means personal interviews online होते हैं या फिर कि in person you have to go to Goa and then appear for the interviews?
So I'll just tell. Last time when I joined GIM, that time it was completely online due to that COVID and all going on. But last year, matlab the ones when the juniors joined, so it happened offline, right?
Yeah.
As far as I know, it happened offline in different cities.
We have different cities associated for certain areas. 5 to 6 cities we have dedicated for that, and we go there to our interviews.
Got it.
Similar goes for Achievers Round as well.
Got it. Is there any minimum 10th, 12th marks required to fill up the form, or does
No,
it
there's
matter
no
a lot?
minimum.
Are there people with, let's say, average or below average academics who can still make it with good CAT, ZAT or overall profile?
So,
Definitely.
so there's two things. Like you have a minimum eligibility criteria. So that you have to fulfill at any cost.
Correct.
After crossing that, even if you like suppose 60%, you have 61%, but your profile is outstanding. So you will be considered. So don't take it as a disadvantage. Obviously, if there's something here, so you have reasons to justify it in your CV as well. So that's not a concern. It will be considered.
Got it.
ऐसा कुछ minimum नहीं है, सिर्फ वो minimum eligibility criteria is the thing.
Same goes for your bachelor's GPA?
Yeah, there's no like in that case also there would be one eligibility criteria, but I don't think it's very high.
It's not a hard criteria
Yeah, it's not
for
very high
bachelors.
criteria.
It's same
Yeah.
for all the colleges, all the private
Correct,
universities,
correct.
the general guidelines. you
Mostly
get
they have
same for
50-60% का requirement
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
graduation. Correct.
55 to 60 के range.
Is it compulsory for someone from Goa to stay in a hostel? You told कि it is not really compulsory, but वो रहना पड़ जाता है because of deadlines and everything. It's the same at IIM Ahmedabad, by the way. वहाँ पे भी यही scene होता है. Last date to fill up the GIM form. So the achievers deadline is tomorrow, guys. It's 5th of December. There's only one day left. So if anybody wants to apply, there's a link in the pinned comment as well as मतलब pinned comment after the live session, और currently in the live chat में there's pinned. सो आप वो चेक कर सकते हो. एक बच्चे को तो पता नहीं क्या पड़ी है कि गर्लफ्रेंड्स को बीच पे लेके जा सकते हैं या मैरिज अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ हैं. भाई ऐसे लोगों को MBA नहीं करनी चाहिए. तो वो रहने दो. देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन अबाउट द एलीट राउंड. कैन समवन एक्सप्लेन व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन अचीवर्स राउंड एंड एलीट राउंड?
Yeah, so in Achievers Round, as of this time, for Achievers Round, we are only considering the core PGDM flagship program for Achievers. For the rest of the programs, we have Elite Round. And like I said, in Achievers Round, there is no criteria, right? I could be a sports person, I could be an artist, I could be a dancer, anything, and I can apply. So it's very individual based. The only difference in Elite Round would be that there are certain criteria fixed for you to be in an Elite Round for the other programs. For example, in healthcare management, as far as I can remember, you need to have an MBBS degree to be considered in an Elite Round. and like such kind of criteria are set that this is your eligibility to be in elite round, and it's not very individual based. So then you can apply. And the one thing is that the benefits of applying in achievers as well as elite round is you get a chance to have scholarships as well. So scholarships up to 5 lakhs you get when you are doing well in your academics here itself. And there are certain criteria on which you are based, on which you get scholarships after applying in achievers as well as elite round. So that's one added benefit you do get by
Got it.
applying. So elite round for BDA and BIFS, I'm not very sure of the exact criteria. I think for BIFS it was something regarding CA. I think it would be available on the website as well.
Correct. I also heard it somewhere. I'm not sure that you need to have, like, if you're from specific institutes and you are like the topper 10% top में आप आते हो, then you're kind of considered for either of the rounds. मुझे पता नहीं achievers था
Yeah.
या elite था.
Right, yeah. In elite, yes. In
Okay.
elite, yes. Another part is that you can be a topper, or like, yes, top 10% of your batch in your bachelor's. So then also you are eligible for it, as far as I can recall. I think the specific details would be available on the elite section or achiever section of the website. If I am able to find it right now, I'll surely share.
Perfect. I am going to share some profiles जो कुछ लोगों ने अपनी बताई हैं, in case that helps them evaluate कि उनको achievers में apply करना चाहिए या नहीं. So बहुत quickly मैं एक दो profiles pick कर देती हूँ. Like you can probably guide them कि उनको करना चाहिए या नहीं. There's someone who's a professional lawn tennis player, ranked number 2 in India, and they have a profile of 799. Should they apply for achievers?
Definitely.
Definitely, not a question.
Okay. If someone is a topper in their bachelor's and the best volunteer in a particular society and a core member of NSS as well, then should they be applying for achievers?
Yes, they can. And if we have achievers for core, and in core we have the elite category also. But in core elite we have the criteria of top 10 percentile of your bachelor's degree. So if they feel they are eligible for that cut, they can definitely apply in either elite or achiever.
Perfect.
I just want to add one point to that. Yes, I want to add one point. See, the achievers round it's absolutely unpredictable. That what are things this check is completely profile based. It's completely different. It might be so that even the best of a professional player might get rejected, and even someone with might not be a professional, might be a district, get selected. So it's completely doesn't go that way. If you think that you are confident enough, apply. You should be confident rather than what the college is thinking about how to take. You should be confident that your achievements are important.
Correct. Makes sense. Another question that we have is that when will we get to know कि हम achievers round में select हुए हैं या नहीं, या फिर कि when will we get to know कि elite round में हम select हो रहे हैं या नहीं. यानी कि वो जो on the spot offer आपने बताया था, is that the only thing, or do you get waitlisted as well, या फिर कि directly आप normal, do you get intimated, when do you get intimated basically?
So yes, as per my experience in the last year, so when there's deadline, by the end of December only you get, actually there are a few rounds to be in achievers as well. So if you are shortlisted in that, after filling your application for achievers, you get a written ability test that was online for me. So it's just a very generic, a very easy written ability test. So you just need to have confidence on your writing skills as well as communication in that. And there's a very short interview which is online. And those would be 4 to 5 questions which would be displayed on the screen, and you would be answering them. So it's also easy. So you need not to worry about that. And it doesn't mean that you would, attempt that and you wouldn't get an interview call or something like this. There are a lot of criteria and a lot of weightages are given to these different steps throughout the achievers round. And when you finally, like my interview was in January. So in January itself, I was able to...
I think Bhavya, we are losing you in between.
Okay, I'm sorry. What was the last thing you
We heard that you got the update in January. If you could repeat what the update was and when exactly you got it.
Yeah, so in January, I got to know that I have got an interview scheduled, and then there are two particular round in interview as well. One is a normal round, one is a spot round, and if you are able to clear both of them, right there in the spot round, you get a provisional offer letter. So again, if I am answering for people who would be asking, what if we have applied through ZAT as well, CAT as well, we are not sure of our ZAT results, because I remember the ZAT result came just 2 days prior of my interview, right? So what if we are not aware of our ZAT result and we have applied the achievers through ZAT? So there would be some guidance percentile and cutoffs given on your offer letter itself. So after you are given the provisional admission, if you are able to clear those guidance scores, well and good. If you are not, then of course it might be revoked. But it's easy. Like, you would at least have an idea of how much you would be scoring. And the whole process is very easy. Just you need to be very confident on what you're applying for, what are your achievements. So whatever you fill in the form needs to have your proof for it, as well as you need to be very confident and justify that particular achievements, of course.
So in a way, if I have to conclude, you're saying ki mid of Jan is when you'll have a clarity whether you've gotten an update for the achievers
Yeah.
round, whether you've gotten selected or not. Otherwise, आपका
Yeah.
application directly move कर जाएगा to the next round,
Right.
right?
And
Yeah.
I think you are, if anyhow you get rejected in the achievers round, and if you are shifted to the normal round, then I don't think you need to give the interview again. The scores and the kind of weightages given to your previous process will be calculated further for your normal rounds as well.
Okay, okay. I think that clears it. One last question to you, Arjun, would be regarding the exam called GAAT. I think it's specific to BDA as well as to
Yeah.
IDA programs. So if you could explain what that is to the people who may not have a context, and then explain how someone can prepare for it.
So basically, it's to test your technical skills. Before getting into BDA, that you need to have a certain level of competency in yourself regarding the technical skills. It's mostly regarding any coding skills that you might have, or basic computer related questions, or what's happening in the current industry scenario. And it's very surface level. If you have a knowledge about what the current industry is facing, you just need to brush up on your technical skills a bit, and then you can easily answer those questions.
So, and if let's say someone who comes from a non-tech background, or maybe not really non-tech, but let's say BSc or something that's not really engineering, then how can someone brush up these topics if let's say they were not a part of their curriculum?
Okay, so we have a lot of in our batch as well. We have a lot of people who are non-technical. So like from what I've asked them, they mostly just brushed up on YouTube. There were a lot of preparation courses on YouTube, as well as we as well host some webinars on GAT preparation, doubt solving sessions as well.
Where
So
exactly
yeah,
are these sessions held?
it's a webinar. So
Oh yeah,
we have held it last time. So the tentative dates might be out in some time, but we do host it.
so you are saying that GIM itself hosts some webinars in order to help students prepare for GAT.
Yeah, like doubt solving sessions.
Doubt solving. Okay, perfect. So those will be announced on the website itself.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys can stay updated with the website for a lot of things. CMAT का update about GAAT का webinars का क्या scene रहता है. So I think they can get a fair idea. I think mostly we've covered the rapid fire questions, and these guys must have gotten a lot of insights about GIM as well. Overall, the final question that I have for all of you is, if you have to describe your life at GIM in 3 words, what would those 3 words be? And we are going to start again with the senior here. So Anshuman, go ahead. I can't
So-
help it.
It's learning never stops, right?
So learning never
Simply the
stops.
tagline. In all the ways, not only academically.
Bhavya?
GIM never sleeps, and in a very good way. We keep working and we keep learning. So
You know, I feel that line should be B schools never sleep, because it's like every B school story that you just end up submitting your deadlines like the very last moment and you keep working. But when you say GIM doesn't sleep, does it mean that you guys are always doing those assignments or stuff, or is
No,
it,
no.
yeah, in what
Uh,
context then?
it would be a little bit about how learning never stops as well. But yes, sometimes you are very much awake for your assignments or for your learning process. But then again, you have a beautiful campus, you have a beautiful experience here. So it doesn't feel very uh, exhausted here. You know, you wouldn't feel very bad about waking up early or staying late at night.
I would say the same for IIM Ahmedabad as well. Like there was no single time we were awake till late and we were sad about it. We were not.
Exactly.
Most of
You
the
have
times we
people,
didn't even realize it's that late at night.
yeah. Mostly you have people sleeping at 9 p.m. also. That's if they have completed before, then they have the stable life. But even if at 3:30 you are walking around the campus, you can have people like, or you're going to have in canteen, they're having their snacks and all this, that. Everyone gossiping, thinking about the assignments, like-minded discussions. You get a good environment here. That's a good thing about here.
What about you, Arjun? What are your three magic words?
I would say it's fun and management. It's both.
Tell me you didn't
Like,
rehearse it while I was talking to both of them.
nah, I did not rehearse it.
Chalo, that's perfect.
But
I
fun
think
just because it's Goa, but management because
रहने
it's
दो,
a
अब
management.
कोई पॉइंट नहीं है. अब
हाँ,
आपने क्लियर कर दिया कि गोवा इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मैनेजमेंट में गोवा के फैक्टर के लिए मत आना सिर्फ.
Because management का spelling ज़्यादा है. तो
हाँ,
that's more important.
गोवा इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ
justify
मैनेजमेंट
तो
में
कर,
मैनेजमेंट का वेटेज ज़्यादा है, सो गाइस
yeah,
कीप अ ट्रैक ऑफ दैट.
हाँ.
या
justify
बट
तो करना है.
yeah, overall it's been a lovely discussion. To be honest, I feel SA sessions बहुत help करते हैं in understanding in depth. जैसे अचीवर्स राउंड के बारे में इतना कुछ जानने को मिला, एंड गोवा की लाइफ के बारे में, गोवा इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मैनेजमेंट की लाइफ के बारे में, एंड इन जनरल जो भी क्वेश्चंस थे, आई होप दैट दे गॉट एड्रेस्ड. अगर स्टिल कुछ रह गया होगा, जस्ट पुट इट इन द कमेंट्स. लाइक आई मेंशन CMAT का, आई विल क्लैरिफाई बाय टॉकिंग टू द टीम. एंड देन देयर इज अनदर थिंग विच इज आई थिंक GA80 का जब भी वेबिनार का आएगा, वेन एवर देर इज एनी अपडेट लाइक दैट, you can stay tuned with YouTube, Instagram ke channels, and we'll update there itself. So thank you so much for joining, guys. You guys as well, and to the three of you as well. Thank you for taking out your time, and especially on a Monday evening, late evening. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I hope that this session helps you.
Having us here. I hope
Yeah.
they were inspired